Hey everyone, it's Luca from Independence Financial Advisors, here to shed some light over those election year fears we've been hearing so much about over the last few months, particularly over the last few weeks, from current and future clients alike. So the first presidential debate is in the books as of 2 weeks ago, and I'm not going to pile on. Don't worry, on either side. The simple reason for this, other than staying agnostic, is because stocks don't pick sides. Stocks are not sentient beings, so naturally they're party blind, and regardless of who wins, the tailwind of falling uncertainty around politics seems to be gathering, and has been for quite some time. This may seem like a rare take of laissez-faire, especially from an advisory firm, seeing as all the ears are perking up over potential backroom hand-wringing, and maybe even a candidate swap. Things look chaotic, which leads to uncertainty. And that's the point. Election years have always started with uncertainty, which naturally weighs on sentiment. But that melts away as the nominees become clear and the general election race becomes into focus. Eventually we get a winner, regardless. And as markets start to price this in, as they have been doing, sentiment usually rallies around the victor regardless of party. Markets just like having the clarity that comes with knowing the outcome. Don't we all? An answer is better than no answer. It is tempting to cast this past debate and its potential implications as a wild card, yet all elections bring wild cards, big or small. Plenty of bull market election years have had the proverbial October surprise. Early frontrunners have fallen, third-party candidates have muddied the waters. Talk of a contested convention isn't new either. In full context, I'm hard-pressed to see that much truly changed a few Thursdays ago. After all, dissatisfaction with these candidates and discussion of President Biden's age has been running for the last 16 months. And for all the talk of change, taking the baton this late in the race is a really tall order. Then, too, Biden's speech in North Carolina a few Fridays ago suggests he has no intention of leaving voluntarily. Regardless, even if we do get a new name on the ticket, we're still looking at a tight race that comes down to a handful of swing states, as it most often does. Hence, the race still hinges on technicalities like campaign strategy, grassroots machinery, and overall turnout, which is the name of the game. These are all unknowns, but they will become known. State and county level polls will come into focus. We'll see which campaign ad gets more of their ads on TV in the battleground areas and how effective that reach actually is. If there is a drop in candidate, America will get to know him or her, and the party machineries will still roll on as they normally do, just doing their thing. Society's opinions of both current candidates and both parties are pretty hardened, but you know that. But markets will get the bead on which side inspires more enthusiasm and therefore the likely turnout. And it's true, markets don't like rising uncertainty, but they love falling uncertainty. And that is what we will get as 2024's second half unfolds. You're already seeing it. Not only will markets pre-price the presidential outcome, but they will see how Congress shakes out and how much power the presidential winner will actually have. Tripod government. Clarity will come on all fronts at the end of 2024. And it's not unique to this year either. It happens every single election year, which is why the vast majority are positive, with back-end loaded returns most of the time. As historical data shows, year 4 of presidencies have the second best average return and the second highest frequency of positive returns of a 4-year electoral cycle. This trend has come regardless of winner's party since 1928. Now, most of the time, gains do come late as that uncertainty falls, because we have that clear and concise consensus. But this year started off with a relatively less uncertainty than usual, with 2 known candidates and a primary process that was a little more of a formality, if anything. This is one reason for the unusually strong start for the election year return for this year. But given how much room there still is for uncertainty to fall from here, there should be plenty of gas left in the market's tank, finishing off this year strong. And there is nothing about a good first half that points to weakness later either, which is quite the contrary. Election years' first halves have posted 10% or greater gains 8 times since 1928. The second half was also positive 7 times. When in doubt, look at the trends. Trends are trends for a reason, and look at the data. As this year progresses, we'll gain clarity on who is set to be the next president, how the next Congress looks, and what the likelihood of big legislation is. As that gradually happens, the fall in uncertainty should lift markets towards the end of the year. So I hope this provides some clarity of all the questions we've been getting lately on what's happening with the election year, how this is going to be different than every other election year. We just wanted to provide some focus for all the folks out there and answer some questions. I hope this was great. We're looking forward to seeing you here in a few weeks for the next video. I wish everybody a happy and hopeful summer. Take care.